certain scenes that Melchior and Wendla share go to places no musical has dared go before, forcing them to push their emotional limits.
My entire life, I have never felt...
What?
Anything!
I'm so sorry about what happened. Truly, I am. I understand why you'd be angry at me. I don't know what I was thinking.
Don't!
But how can I...
Please! We were both just confused. Don't! Please! No.
Alex and I never discussed the heaviness of the scenes. We just went in and did it, which I think was a good way to approach it, because it seemed less like a mountain to climb.
We're not supposed to.
What? Not supposed to what? Love? I don't know. Is there such a thing?
I'm so glad the first piece of theater I'm doing actually has substance, you know? I read every once in a while people saying that the show has shock value and that it reels you in because it's shocking. I really don't think that at all. I really respect the fact that we're showing a version of what happens in real life, and it's not that you're being shocked by it, but that you have to face it.
The impact of Spring Awakening is not reserved to those who have seen the show on Broadway. It has gained an underground following throughout the continent, even in the most unlikely of places.
My name is Christopher Strong. I'm 17 years old. I was born in Austin, but I live in Conroe, Texas. Conroe, I would describe best as trying to be metropolitan. I think it's just really comfortable, honestly. I really enjoy going to just do basic teenage stuff. I like going to the movies, just hanging out. There's a lot of great paintball areas around here. I do very much enjoy writing poetry. It's my way of venting. We can stop the world, become ourselves together. It won't hurt to smile, I promise.
Chris is my outspoken one. He's very passionate. He's pretty verbal on how he has his set ways and sometimes collides, more so with his dad than myself.
I think the biggest conflict was God. Everyone was praying, and I had told them that I was an atheist. They didn't really understand. They didn't take it very well.
Last year, being his sophomore year, was quite the challenge. He didn't really fit into any social clique, and he got into a little gray zone, I'll say, is what we call that now. He chose to do a darker side.
My family obviously doesn't know this, but I have done every drug except for heroin, crystal meth, and crack. I've already done the thing where you wake up in a gutter and you don't know where you are. That was me March of last year. I didn't want to keep wading through life, so I just wanted to end it. I couldn't stand it.
So dark. So dark.
I tried with a knife on my neck and back, and it didn't work very well. I mean, I passed out, but I woke up the next day. I didn't cut deep enough. It made me feel really stupid because I couldn't even kill myself, you know?
Just when it seemed things couldn't get much darker for Chris, a twist of fate changed his life while surfing the internet with a friend.
I was talking to my friend Jared. We were talking about how much life is a bitch. Why is it that all these great things can be happening for everyone else, but we don't get any? And I had said, life is a bitch, and he goes, look this up for me, and it just said, the bitch of living in one text. And I looked it up on YouTube, and I almost cried, because it was like the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Just a song about how much life sucks.
It's a bitch of living, bitch, just the bitch, nothing but your head, just the bitch.
I was like, this is amazing. What is this from? He's like, it's from a musical. I'm like, musicals can't cuss? That's not how it works.
Tossing, turning without rest, 'cause my days at the piano with my teacher and her breast.
I listened to it and I listened to it again, and it's exactly what teenage life is. It's uncanny. I was watching it every single moment, every line. I was blown away.
After getting a taste of the show through The Bitch of Living, Chris watched an illegal bootleg copy of the entire musical online.
That was the moment at which I decided to get my together and realize, hey, there's plenty of people with the same problems as me. Not that I'm gonna ignore them, but if they can get through, there's no way that I can. We're all together. As soon as it was over, I wasn't thinking, wow, that was really good. I was thinking, there's gotta be more people like me out there. I now have a girlfriend named Paige, and she is absolutely amazing. How we had actually started talking was through Spring Awakening. She was like, wow, I didn't know that there was really like another guy that could think like this, you know, a little bit more poetically.
As a culture, in some way we've kind of given up on youth. You know, we have this idea that we're in a post-literate society, that kids don't care about literature or art, that they don't care about politics. It's not true.
It's very tough being a teenager. To wake up in the morning and go, today's gonna be a good day. That's how it's affected my life.
With his debut now just days away, Kyle will rehearse with director Michael Mayer on the stage of the Eugene O'Neill Theater.
Herr Stiefel, do you have any idea what you're saying, Herr Stiefel? If you please.
He's working his ass off, which is great and what you have to do, and it's paying off.
Yeah, okay, good. So I still be, it's more about what you hear than looking. You see what I mean? So you're here, and all you need to play is, God, please let him get it right. And you have no release. You're not gonna let him, not gonna let him. It's building, and you have a release here.
I don't notice when Michael loves something or smiles at something. I only notice the notes that he has for me. And his advice is so clear in this weird metaphorical way that I know that if I just rely on his words, I'll be so much better.
Do you have any idea what you're saying, Herr Stiefel? If you please.
Great, good. You don't have to go through, I want you to save your voice. That's exactly right, though, right? You shouldn't know you're gonna jump up and suddenly, there you are. You know, oh, what am I going to do now?
I wanted to get him and the actors that he's going to be playing with to just go deeper so that the moment-to-moment reality was explored fully.
Like you expect Melchior to like literally go like this and peel his face off to reveal the headless queen that you've been dreaming. That's the level of paranoia I'm looking for.
Consume my wine, consume my mind. I'll tell you how the wind sighs. Just like this. Now lower down where the sins are.
What I can't wait for is to actually see him, you know, in the show. And that's just a process that will happen, you know, really fast.
Spring Awakening's reach is not limited to just the U.S. There are many Broadway fans north of the border who like the show, but Winnipeg theater student Frances Conkin is one of Canada's biggest fans.
I've seen Spring Awakening almost 50 times. Pretty much all my money goes towards the show, goes towards New York. I work a lot. When I'm not in class and not practicing, not working on school stuff, I'm at work. My interest in Spring Awakening is a lot more than just the fact that I'm interested in theater. Every time I see the show, I feel like I'm getting more out of it. A lot of people will say after a couple times it's just not as good. You know, you lose perspective of how it's supposed to be originally when you're seeing it for the first time, but there's always just something that makes it worth seeing again. The first time I saw the show, I was very alone and I didn't have anyone to go with or anyone I knew. The second time, that's when I met a lot of the people that I know now and now consider friends, and I had no idea these people were like what they'd call cool or something like that.
I was absolutely petrified when she said she was going to New York. She's very shy. Like, there's actually a term for it, but I can't remember what it is.
I wouldn't make phone calls. I wouldn't do anything that involved bothering anybody else. It was really bad.
This whole Spring Awakening thing, it's been like an avenue for her to actually go out and, you know, experience things.
My friends in New York are Spring Awakening fans. That's, you know, that's how I met them, and that's what we do when we're together. That's what everyone wants to do.